We all know Gary, but what many might not even know is that SpongeBob has another pet that don't receive nearly as much attention as SpongeBob Snail, even though it has appeared in many episodes. Hey! It's kinda crazy that the first time we see this other pet is when we see Gary for the first time, in the first episode, Help Wanted.
Today's the big day, Gary.
I don't even blame you if you missed that there is another pet in this clip, cause it's something you rarely think about, but SpongeBob has a clam in a cage right next to his bed. This pet clam appears multiple times in the first season, always in this cage right here. The clam continues to appear in a couple of episodes in both season 2 and 3, and we never get any info on it. Like, we know it's supposed to be a bird, since clams are bird in the SpongeBob universe, and Gary is a snail, which is a cat, so SpongeBob got that crazy cat and bird combo. That's just dangerous. Before we move on to later appearances, there is something else that gives us some more information about this clam, and that's on the season 1 DVD, where there is a feature called the Bikini Bottom's Up Tour, which basically lets you click around Bikini Bottom, which, I mean, that's just a dream come true. I gotta pick up this DVD set. There's surely more lore stuff here, but what's important for this video is what happens when you click the clam in SpongeBob's bedroom.
That there is SpongeBob's pet scallop, Shelly. She doesn't do much. She kinda sits there, kinda like a pet rock.
So not only do we now know that this is a scallop and not a clam, I don't know what the difference is, and I don't want to Google it, because they are both kind of gross in real life. But we also got a name. This is Shelly. Shelly was actually in the pitch bible of the show, credited as singing clam in a cage, which, I mean, that's Hillenburg's word, so I'm gonna keep calling her a clam. Shelly appeared in only one season 4 episode, which was the first episode of the season, which also only was a dream sequence. But in season 5, we can see her in the background of multiple episodes.
Please?
Oh, thank you!
In New Digs, when SpongeBob moves into the Krusty Krab, he even brings Shelly with him. And then in Band in Bikini Bottom, we get the first cameo appearance of Shelly, as we see SpongeBob has a framed photo of her and Gary on the same wall. Interestingly, SpongeBob has never mentioned Shelly by name or acknowledged her assistance except for this photo, and I guess bringing her with him to the Krusty Krab, but that's like a very indirect way of like making us understand he also knows she exists. Compare this to Gary, who pretty much always plays a role when he's in the scene with SpongeBob. Very rarely do we see Gary just sleeping in the background of SpongeBob's bedroom or something. He is always there to serve some kind of plot purpose. But poor neglected Shelly keeps appearing in the background 2 times in season 6, and I'm talking background, like she is a part of the painted background and very rarely animated. She was animated in Help Wanted and swinging around, but except for that she is usually just a PNG. In season 7 we got A Pal for Gary, where SpongeBob goes out of his way to find a new pet for Gary to not feel alone at home. Again, not acknowledging that there is already another pet. Matter of fact, let's go back to pre-movie and Dumped, where SpongeBob tries getting new pets as well to replace Gary. And what about in Rockabye Bivalve, where SpongeBob and Patrick literally adopt another baby clam? Or I guess scallop. That's just messed up. Shelly appears in the background of 3 more season 7 episodes, always in the same spot. The same goes for season 8,
buddy? I got something cool to show you, and it's the opposite of a wet, watery bath. Check it out!
With first 4 background appearances and then, interestingly, an empty cage in Home Sweet Rubble.
That's not exactly what I had in mind to... Well, first thing we gotta do is clear out all this old junk.
2 appearances in Season 9 as well, before Season 10 gives us Unreal Estate, and the only time after Help Wanted where Shelly's cage is actually animated.
Ow! Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Gary.
Where did she go? The next appearance of the cage is with money in it and no Shelly, but before my theorizing side can come out, she does appear in the background of Life Insurance.
Yeah, I am ripped.
In 3 out of her 4 Season 11 appearances, it's just the same thing with her just hanging there unnoticed, but in Cuddly Hugs, Cuddle actually looks straight at her and like notices her existence, which is interesting. In 3 Season 12 episodes, she's just there as well, and the same goes for 4 Season 13 episodes.
Didn't you hear that? Wake up!
So remember when I said SpongeBob never acknowledges Shelly's existence? Well, he does in the video games.
I had a pet clam in there, but he got out.
This is funny because while we don't see Shelly in this movie, in the second SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, we see her cage destroyed, and in a deleted scene from the same movie, we see her in there.
It's Monday, it's Monday, it's Monday!
While Shelly has not played really any role in the series so far, I would honestly not doubt that that might change soon. With how much focus has been on background and one-off characters in modern SpongeBob, I think we could get a Shelly-focused episode sometime in the future. Not that we need one, like even Paul Tibbitt himself referred to Shelly as a singing bird box decoration, and not an actual character. She really does not matter at all, like Squidward's house is more of a character than Shelly.